Hey, Ninja Maniacs, this is Kelly, and today I want to give you a roadmap for the rest of this year. For those of you that are, you're sitting there either in your home office or whatever brokerage you're a part of, and you're contemplating what's next. Do I get Zillow leads? Do I get Realtor leads? What am I going to do here, right? As an agent, we got to have some closings. So what I want to do is I'm going to share something with you that was birthed literally today from a phone call I got from a Realtor.com salesperson. She was very nice, and I told her up front, I'm a marketer. This is my jam. This is what I do. But I went ahead and picked her brains and got some pricing from her because I wanted to share this with you guys. So let's talk about what agents are doing right now and what you could be doing. Now, I'm not going to claim you're going to make 15 deals off of this, and I don't know you. You don't know me. So I'm giving you my opinion. But I think I can back this with market research, and I can back this with just some common sense because it's a numbers game, right? If you get a lead and you think you're going to get an appointment and you don't ever call them, you don't ever email them, you don't ever text them, you don't send them a direct mail, chances are, statistically, you're not going to get a deal, right? So there has to be something you do on your part. So let's go into what happened on the phone call today and the eye-opening that I had from this phone call. So as I was speaking, or as I answered the call, the young lady introduced herself. Hey, this is so-and-so with Realtor.com, and we found you. Isn't that amazing? They found me and thought that you would benefit from our leads. I said, you know what? Tell me a little bit about what you got, right? I'm a marketer. I want to know. So here is the condensed version, guys. This is what she said. And I actually had to question her on it because it didn't make sense. So she said to me, and let me see if I wrote it down here. Okay, here we go. And by the way, Realtor.com, don't ever deal with them. This is the ninja. Don't ever deal with them. They make you sign a minimum 6-month contract. If you do the 6-month contract, you have to share your leads and you get less leads. I'm sorry, let me back up. If you do the 6-month contract, you get half the leads for just a little bit less money per month. And they offer a shared lead and a private lead. In other words, you can pay more per month and get exclusive leads, or you can share the lead with one other agent. Golly, miss, I am not sharing a lead with another. Why would I go on a date and share that date with another person? That's kind of that's the taste I had in my mouth. So let's get back to Realtor.com. She says, yeah, we've got some great leads, a lot of them coming in your area, and we've got a program, and it would really, and I said, okay, before we get any farther, how much is that program? And she says, well, if you do the shared leads, that's where we give you the lead and one other agent, it's $235 a month, and you're going to get 40 leads. Now, when I first heard that, I thought 40 leads a month for $233. Man, I might consider this because it's just another lead source for me, right? Boy, was I wrong. Then she said, if you want exclusive, right, it's going to be $390 a month, and you'll get the same 40 leads. So I'm like, now if I did this, I would do exclusive and 40 leads a month. Then she told me how it works, and this is how they get you guys. So if you thought about doing Realtor.com, don't do it, guys. It's horrible, and I'm going to show you in just a minute why. So she says to me, if you do the 6-month program, you get half the leads. You still pay the same amount. So instead of 40 leads, you get 20. And if you do the full year, that's where you're obligated. Every year, they're going to deduct it from your bank account or your credit card, right? Then you get the 40 leads. So I said, well, now, is that 40 leads a month? And she said, oh, no. That's total. How many of you are watching this? I want you to comment below. How many of you got hooked into that stuff? You paid them $4,500 for 40 friggin' leads. Can you believe that? So it got me to thinking, how much of this stuff? Now, guys, Zillow's the same. The only thing with Zillow is I believe you can do month to month, or you can go in and tell them how much you want to spend for that month. But they're still expensive. You're talking about $115 to $175 a lead in my zip code. Some zip codes are $500 to $2,000 a lead, right? It's still expensive. So I got to thinking, what can I do? So let's take that same scenario. I'm going to share with you. This is going to blow your mind. What can you do with that same $4,500 to $5,000? Now with Realtor.com and Zillow, you'll get 40 leads for the year, right? So let me share my screen and show you how crazy this is. And let's really concentrate on what you could do with that money. Here we go. All right, so with Realtor.com, for $4,500, they will give me a total of 40 leads for the year, or 3.3 leads per month. 3.3 leads per month. That is asinine. Now, if I go over to Zillow, for a little bit more money, say $5,600, I can get the same. Let me go back. Now, these are not, this $4,500 is not all seller leads. About 70% of these 40 leads are going to be buyer leads. And their thinking is 25 to 30% of that 70% have a home to sell, right? So in this economy, you're paying them $4,500 for basically 60% buyer leads. I can do that myself now. All right, Zillow. For $5,600, I can get basically the same 40 leads. That's 40 leads. Now, I said 3.3. It's still 3.3. 3.3 leads on Zillow for $5,600 for the year. So if I wanted to pay Zillow on average $5,600, I can expect to get 40 leads. So what can you do with that same $5,000? So if you had $5,000 for the next 12 months, what can you do? Guys, you can generate, and I do it, I train it, I teach it. I have a system right now that will do it for you for $40 a month. You can generate over 1,000 or more buyer leads at an average of 83 per month, where 30 to 40% of those are going to have a home to sell. And you can get name, cell number, and email with these leads for 1,000 of them. So for that same 5K, not only can you do 1,000 buyer leads, where a good percentage of these guys are going to be selling a home, on average, you can be dealing with about 83 per month. Plus, for that same, in that same $5,000 budget, you can send over almost 10,000 highly targeted postcards to a geographical farm, to for sale by owners, to expires, to buyer list. And yes, we have systems that will do all of that for you. So let's talk about that. For the same 5K, I can get 83 leads on average per month with name, cell, and phone number. And I can send out almost 800 postcards per month in that same $5,000 per year budget. Which of those look more appealing to you? Now let's get real dirty. If you had the Realtor.com and the Zillow, and I'm giving you 4%, guys. Their average nationally is about 2%. They tell you it's double digits. That's bull crap. So if you closed 4% of the Zillow leads, that's only 1.6 deals. So if you get 40 leads from Zillow or Realtor.com and you close 4%, you could even close 8%, double it. It doesn't matter. The numbers are horrible. So if you close 4%, that's 1.6 deals closed off of the 40 leads that you paid for. You would average, based on a $7,000 commission. Now, if you're in California, don't be laughing at this. Not everybody sells $3 million homes on average, right? I mean, God bless us. I wish that we all had that kind of a problem. But the average home in America sells for about $215,000 to $220,000. So let's just take the average. If you base a $7,000 commission check as an average on 1.6 deals out of 40 for $5,000, that's $11,200 in gross commissionable income. If I deduct the $4,500 I paid Zillow or Realtor, then I walk away with $6,700. Now, some of you are like, well, hey, man, at least I made money. How are you going to pay your bills on $6,700 and you got to front the $5,000? That's just asinine, right? In order for those numbers to work, I would need to be somewhere around $20,000 to $30,000 in ad spend to make it worth my while. And even then, it's not worth my while. But let's take that same scenario. If you closed 0.5, the guys, I'm giving you or total of 4% up here with Realtor and Zillow. If all you did was close 0.5% of the buyer ads and direct mail campaigns, you would average. Now, I made a little mistake here. I said 0.5 of both, but let's not do that. If we averaged 1% buyer lead conversion from Facebook, that's 10 deals. Okay, 10 deals at 7K for 70 grand. So if you generated 1,000 leads and you had a good follow-up system and you had a system in play to be able to deal with these leads, weed through these leads, you would see a return technically, statistically, and then predictably for 70K. That's 10 deals, average $7,000 a deal at 70,000. Gets even better. If you closed just 0.2, not even one full point, if you just closed a 0.2 conversion from the 9,500 postcards that you sent out in that same $5,000 budget, you would get 19 deals at 7K on average for commission for 133,000 GCI. Now, guys, look at that. $200,000 in gross commissionable income for the same spend. Now, let's get real here. Let me get me back in the picture here. There we go. Let's get real here. These are case studies. I don't know you. I don't know what your closing ratio is. I don't know how long you've been in the business. I don't know if you've got systems in play. We're talking about emails, text, direct mail. You've got to have a system in play. Now, we've got that. And if you are looking for that, go ahead and message me below. I'm looking for people to put on my team that want access to these systems and the training that comes with it. Now, I'm not going to be doing a recruiting video right now, but if you are not happy where you're at and you're wanting to jump onto this kind of a marketing platform, comment below and we will set up a private video chat between you and myself, and I'll break everything down for you. You have to make your own decision on that. But guys, here's what I know. On this scenario, I'm only giving myself a 0.2% on that 9,500 post. Can you imagine sending out almost 800 postcards a month? Say you found 3 neighborhoods that had on average 200 people per neighborhood. 200 people per neighborhood that were homeowners that had equity and had been living in their home for 8+ years. And can you imagine every month sending them a postcard, right? Can you imagine sending the rest of those postcards to FSBOs and expires or buyers? Well, we have that data, we have those systems, and you will see conversions if you put this type of marketing in action. So guys, today was an eye-opener for me. I actually had a conversation with 2 agents, and I'm going to end it with this. I had two agents call me. One agent called me, and they just were frustrated. They had purchased the Realtor.com stuff about 3 months ago, and they had a 12-month contract. They didn't know how to get out of it, and they weren't seeing anything. And I felt bad for them because had they given me that, not me, but had they used that same money they're spending with that other company, 3 months in, they probably would have some closings and they would have some future prospects on the board that will be converting in the next 1 to 6 months. Guys, forward motion always produces results. If you've got things going on, it produces results. Don't be the average agent. Don't be snookered into this BS. Don't look at Realtor.com and Zillow as the promised land. Because I promise you this, they'll take your money, but you're going to be sorely dissuaded by the results. Now, if you're a power agent, you're watching this, and you're like, oh, heck no, I do well. God bless you. But the average agent really doesn't have that kind of income. The average agent doesn't have your systems, doesn't have what you have, right? What they need is access to something that's actually going to work for them on the battlefield. So again, if you were there, go ahead and private message me. I will gladly share with you what we're doing, hopefully open up your eyes and get you onto generating real quality leads and having conversions off of those leads. I would much rather you spend your $4 or $5 grand on something that will give you this amount of business versus that. All right, guys, I appreciate you as always. Drop me some comments, spread the love, and let me know what you thought about this video. Don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe and the bell so you can be updated on future videos. I would love your comments, guys. And if you're a Zillow fanatic, don't drop me some junk down there, guys. We don't need to argue back and forth. If you really feel like Zillow's it for you, then God bless you. Be at peace. And if you're an agent that's struggling right now, before you make these decisions, go ahead and drop me a comment below. Let's get together and talk. And if you're looking for an avenue to grow your business, I am looking for agents right now in all 50 states to put on. I'm growing my team. You'll have access to me, all of my training, the softwares that I use, and I would love the opportunity to share with you why I moved my business to my current brokerage, and how it's impacted me financially. I am making more money doing less work than I ever have. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that. Ninja Maniacs, I will see you on the next video. Have a great day.